brought up in Belfast there during the Troubles, lived in Belfast during the Troubles, and I was involved with paramilitaries. And in the district that I lived in, the head people, I can't recall the sands of time, whether the wee man he dug his way out of the Long Kesh, and or he also had escaped from remand in Belfast city centre courthouse. But he was on the run, on the gallop as we call it, and I was quickly put into the number 2 in the area, and over a period, say, of about 12, 16 months. During that period, there were lives taken. People died, were killed. I eventually moved down here to Newcastle, and when I reached, fast forward years and years, I reached 66 years of age, 65, 66. I was looking for answers, and I'd been brought up a strict Catholic, altar boy, and whatever goes with that. So I was looking for answers, but I have to stress it was nothing to do with my age, not one thing. It's just that I thought there is more to life than what you're buried and that's it and you're gone. So I studied what I'd been brought up in, and when I say I studied, I went from 1500s on, different years and eras and stuff like that. So they didn't take any boxes. There were X's all over them, and I thought it was false religion. And one day there, I was coming up the Carrigs Road into the Ark to get some plants for the house, for the garden, and I saw up on the sign outside the Burndale Hotel, New Life. And when I looked up at it, it said David Legg, Gilnahirk. And I went down to work the next day. I phoned my son. I needed to talk to a Christian. I felt really, really strong. I needed to talk to a Christian. And I asked my son, Davey, your manager there, Brian Adair, is he a Christian? I'm told he was. And he said yes. And he gave me Brian's number, and I phoned Brian. And Brian said to me, I'll bring you to that. I'm going to that. It's in the big tent there, just along the road. And I said, no, I'll see you there. But I said, I'll take my scooter. And I went and listened to David Legg preaching for how long, I don't know. I can't remember. But it seemed endless. But for the first time in my life, somebody was teaching me the gospel. That unbelievable, powerful book that now I've come to hold to my bosom and read regular. And a guy, Phil, who I know well now, he must have known me by name or whatever, because when it finished, he said to me, I'll reverse you back, Davey. And I said, no, I'm going up to pray with this guy. And I prayed with him. And I said, look, I have a Republican background. And he told me that just recently he met a Republican from Derry, and he gave his life to the Lord. So we prayed together. And I asked God to come into my life and put things behind me and forgive me. And that's just exactly what he did. When I left that tent, I went home and I told my wife, you're looking at a different person altogether. My outlook on life. Being a Christian doesn't make life easy for you. If anything, it can be quite hard. But it's the way you address problems, you're more understanding. Greed is a non-starter. You're kind. It's just a whole new life, and that's just what it was, a whole new life. And if somebody said to me, how can you, in a nutshell, describe going to new life? With a saying here, new life, it says exactly what it says on the tin, but you got to ask for it. Ask the Lord, and He'll come into your life. It was like a surgeon putting me. It was like he put me on a bed and an operating table and changed my mindset and changed my heart. And this is where I am today, and it's powerful. Praise the Lord. It's powerful. Hard to describe it, really. But when I feel low and down like everybody else, I have Jesus. I've got Jesus. And that's why when I worship, I let it go, because the Lord's forgiven me and He's in my life and I'm in His. Praise the Lord.